Phenomenal woman, phenomenal woman. All these ladies on my name, phenomenal women. Harriet Tubman, phenomenal woman. Sojourner Truth, she be a phenomenal woman. Michelle Obama, phenomenal woman. Can't forget Oprah Winfrey, phenomenal woman. And my sister Nichelle Ruff, she be a phenomenal woman. If you equal all up, they be a phenomenal women.
I want to lift my sister up, she is not heavy. I want to lift my sister up, she is not heavy. I want to lift my sister up, she is not heavy. Oh, if I don't lift her up, if I don't lift her up, if I don't lift her up, I will fall down.
Hi, my name is Nichelle Ruffin-Smith. I go by Nikki Smith, and I'm here today with my family, my aunt, Ms. Classy Glover, and my uncle, Mr. Eugene Glover. I'm also here today because I am hosting a Phenomenal Women's Conference, the first one ever, and we are so excited about that, especially because it's in historical Selma, Alabama. And I was raised here by these two people here, along with my mother, who is now deceased, Miss Bernice Ruffin, and I have to give a shout out to her because that was my friend and my best friend, and I love you, Mama. Thank you.
How far does the history with your family in this city, how far does that go back?
Well, maybe they can intervene. I'm going to tell you what I know, okay, based on my little reality. Because I came down to Selma when I was about 4, maybe 4. Okay, from Hartford, Connecticut, and from my remembrance, that was the first time I met my aunt and uncle. I'm thinking I've seen her before, but I remember seeing my aunt's face, and I was like, "You are so pretty." So that just started my life here, and then I met my great-grandmother, Mary Acoff, who raised my mother and her two sisters, Miss Classy Glover and Mary Bush. She raised them along with my grandfather, who is her son, who is their father. So that was what I saw. Although I did meet my maternal grandmother, who was in Hartford, Connecticut. So my grandfather was here, my grandmother was in Hartford, and then there were some little other aspects of our family, but for the most part, we had a close-knit type family down in what we call the bottom, down in Selma. Yes, and I wish we could take the cameras there now. That would be something really to see. But back then, it was a busy place and a lot of stuff going on, and it was fun. We had fun. I grew up for a long time as the only girl with 5 boys plus some more here and there coming in. I was the only girl in all those boys, and believe it or not, I'm still girly in the being that I was with them. But I grew up and I joined the Army later. Go figure. So anyway, back to them, my upbringing, to kind of reel it in. My great-grandmother was the matriarch of everything. She was the head of everything. We had the Sunday dinners. We had the riding on the back of my grandfather's truck. We had family around the corner, so we would walk around there and see other people. And then really and truly, everybody up and down the street were like family, because you knew everybody. You spoke, you didn't do wrong because it would get back. You probably get beat all the way back and then get beaten again doing something.
Now, do you have any family stories? Since this is a very historical city with lots of historical events, Are there any type of family story that connect us to like the time of, you know, this famous bridge that we're so near? Is there anything involved in that?
Oh, my
Yeah.
uncle. My uncle.
Yeah, we were there that it was in the first week of March of '65. I was 17, we were dating. I told her, you don't come up there because I think something's going to happen real bad. But it did. It was bad day. But it's something to think about. When you look at young people today, they have no idea what we went through. It wasn't easy, but it was right. And I believe in whatever is right. To me, I'm willing to do it. But when you sit around and talk to my grands, you tell them, remember Martin Luther King, Dr. King, and Malcolm X, right down the street, the Brown Chapel, on the same stage. Malcolm said, if you hit me, I'm gonna get you back. Looked at Dr. King and said, let's do it, Martin. But we went through a lot of stuff that I don't like to remember.
Right.
Because I'm a Vietnam veteran and I went through a lot over there too. So sometimes I just had to be by myself. Because I had a lot of hatred, a lot of anger, and I realized everything that I went through for a reason to make me a better person.
Okay.
My niece, I used to get at her when she went in the army, just like my boys. You come around and your boots not shine. Oh no. When you put the uniform on, you're a professional. I'm a retired first sergeant. And I did that. My boys, my wife get at me and said, those are not your troops. Those are our children. But if I'm gonna dress, I'm gonna dress. If I'm not, then just waste your time. It's always been like that.
Wow. Okay.
But I married this wonderful lady here. This is 48 years. And it's just been my niece. The only way you can, I used to get at her all the time, to push her, tell her she can't do it. She gonna find a way to do it. And she had to compete against our 4 boys, because we didn't have a daughter, then we got a daughter now. But you tell Nikki, say, Nikki, you can't do that. She'll think about it. It might be 2 or 3 days later that she's gonna do it. When she went in the army, she was enlisted. She said, Uncle Gene, I want to be an officer. I said, you sure you need to? I'm going to do it. She called me and I went to Fort Benning, Georgia to pin her bars on. 20-something years later, we went to Rock Island, Illinois, and she retired a couple months ago to take them on.
Wow.
27 years.
Dedication.
Dedication, but we've always been proud of her, just like she lives now, just like our daughter. Because I didn't have daughters at the time. I had 4 hard-headed sons. But she was just like my daughter. She will always be just like my daughter. And our family, my dad, I grew up in Selma. We don't live in Selma. I really live in Dothan, Alabama. My dad didn't, I know he loved us. I got 6 brothers, 1 sister. But he never said it. He showed it. But I said, when I have children of my own, I'm going to tell them that I love them. Because I wanted kids. We wanted kids. Now I watch my sons tell my grandsons that they love them. We don't depart. We don't hang up the phone. Like that. Love is something to be passed on.
Wow.
And we do that.
That's amazing. Would you like to add on anything? Or you go?
Is there anything to add?
How can you follow that one? Huh?
But just, to come in or add to what he said, we have always believed in a strong family. We believe God first and family. You know, those are the two most important things in life. And we have always tried to support whenever the kids were doing anything constructive or, you know, if it was important to them, we made it important to us. And, you know, to load the car up with kids in the neighborhood, or football practice, anything that was going on, we felt that it was important to be a part of it. And now that they're all grown and the grands, we're still that same way. So that's one reason it was so important to be here today. We have been on the road every weekend this month, and that's not unusual, but if it's family, it's important, you know. So we're so happy to be here with Nikki. We support her, we always have. And this is exciting to me, just to be here to see what will go on tomorrow, the next day, because it's encouraging our people. And not just ladies, it will encourage men too, you know, to be the best that you can be. Nobody can beat you at being you. And we all were created for a purpose. And I am a family person, a people's person, and I'm just happy to be here.
Wow, it seems like a very strong family you guys built. And is this incorporated into what you would call the proper development? Like, should we definitely always push for family unity? It seems like, you know, that's a subject we always need to encourage each other about.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, you can get somewhere in life without this cohesive unity. But it's so much better, so much easier, so much more comforting, you know, to have this type of love and support. It really is, and I'm just ecstatic, and I want to take it on. Once these two people have left, I want to be the one to carry it on.
Alright, hi everybody. I just want to thank everybody for coming and supporting my mom. She's awesome. She's truly a phenomenal woman. This has been a life-changing experience for me and for her especially. And I'm just hoping and praying that if we touch at least one soul in this conference, that women can go out and think that they are phenomenal. They don't need anybody but themselves and God as support. We as black women have to stand together and fight this fight as long as we can, because we are phenomenal women. I've had an awesome time at the James Hotel. They've been great. The hotel is beautiful and it's been amazing. I wouldn't trade it for the world, and I can't wait to do this again and again and again. I love you, Mom.